magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Before I start my lecture, I would like to greet first the officers of the CWTS, including the coordinators, especially to the CWTS Director, Professor Alegro Acero, sa mga CWTS coordinators ng Laguna State Polytechnic University, sa lahat ng campuses, isang mapagpalang umaga, especially to the students of CWTS 2 ng ating university, Laguna State Polytechnic University. Isang masayang araw para sa ating lahat. This morning, I give you a short lecture about mobilizing the community, a guide to strengthen the CWTS. Ang unang ginagawa namin dito sa community mobilizing ay yung ocular inspection to the service areas, wherein yung mga estudyante ay nagkakandak ng ocular sa mga barangay. And then yung mga programs na naka-indicate dito ay yung literacy services, and then feeding program, and clean and green program. But the problem nga, this school year, meron tayong pandemic. So, meron naman kami mga substitute program na pwedeng ipalit dito sa mga program na to. And after na mag-conduct ng mga program, nagkakaroon kami ng evaluation of community activities. And ang first question na lagi na lang natatanim sa isip regarding this community mobilization ay question about community. So, what comes first in your mind when you think or hear the word community? Okay, so let's know the simple meaning of community. What is a community? If we say community is a set of people living together with common interest. We all know, no? We all live in a community. There are different things that bind us together. So let's try to identify them. The first is beliefs. The second one, values. The third, language. And the fourth, territory. And the fifth one is religion. 6, culture. And 7 is occupation. So those are the things that bind for the community. And why community mobilization? As a means of strategy. First, creating demand for interventions. Second, increasing access to services. Third, scaling up intervention. And the fourth, increasing effectiveness and efficiency of interventions. The fifth one is contributing additional resources to the response. And the next, reaching the most vulnerable. Addressing the underlying causes of education, gender disparities, lack of awareness, etc. Increasing community awareness and sustainability. Okay, so let's analyze another information about the benefits of community mobilization in a project. Ano ba ang mga benefits of community? Okay, so tingnan po natin, the first is increased community, individual, and group capacity to identify and satisfy their needs. The second, improved program design. And the third, improved program quality. And then the fourth is improve program result. And the next is improve program evaluation. And then the next one, cost-effective way to achieve sustainable result. And the last, increase community ownership of the program. So those are the benefits of community mobilization in a project. And then next, let's talk about the role of community mobilizers. And who is the mobilizers? So let's know the meaning of a mobilizer. A mobilizer is a person who mobilizes, gets things moving, social animator, a catalyst. Bring people together, yun po yung ilan sa mga role, no? Then, building trust. Then, encouraging participation. Next is facilitating discussion and decision making. Then, the fifth one is helping things to run smoothly. And then the last, facilitation in community mobilizing process. So those are the roles of community mobilizers. And also responsible po yan ng mga mobilizer na dapat ay yung bringing two people together. So dapat makuha nila yung trust ng mga tao para po magkaroon ng mas magandang output yung nagmo-monitor at saka yung mga tao in the community. And what does it mean to mobilize the community? Mobilizing the community means engaging all sectors of the defined community in a community-wide plan. This involves identifying existing community groups, engaging formal and informal leaders, and involving service organization active in the community. And what are the community mobilization steps? So let's witness about the mobilization steps regarding the community. Community mobilization steps. First, define the community. Okay, is a good advantage for the mobilizer to know or identify the community. The next is the complete a community profile. Okay, so siguro mas mabuti na alamin muna ng isang mobilizer ang community profile. Kung ano yung mga, let's say, territory or hangganan ng mga community and yung mga pinagkakaabalahan ng mga tao regarding in community. The third is inform other groups and community about your coalition. That is very important for the mobilizer na kailangan ay it's good for the mobilizer to inform different groups in the community para magkaroon ng mas magandang pakikipagtulungan yung ilang organization in this said community. The fourth is obtain the commitment of the community. And the fifth one, organize the community group, coalition. So, yun po yung pinaka-maganda sa isang mobilizer na dapat ay it's good for the mobilizer to organize a simple group para hindi lang siya yung gumagawa. At least meron siyang katuwang ng mga grupo para dun sa project or program na kanilang ikakandak. And then the sixth is organize an advisory committee. Then the seven, create a participant responsibility agreement and a funds management agreement. And then the 8, conduct community meetings. And then for the next number 9, prepare for collecting data. Okay, so next let's talk about the step 1, define the community. The community mobilization process starts by defining a community. The next is it can be done geographically, politically, or demographically. Then the third step, under the step 1, a community can be a town, city, country, or district, or it can be a housing project, school, district, or a school. And the next, This step exercise will help define whom you serve and what the coalition can do. And next, we proceed to the step 2, the community profile. Under the community profile, ito yung mga dapat nating malaman. Ano? It is a getting to know your community well. So like I said a while ago, na as a mobilizer, napaka ganda siguro na talagang dapat ay familiar ka doon sa community na kung saan magkakandak ka ng isang community service. And then the next, the information is gathered over time from several sources like the census, county, etc. and with the help of the coalition. So, sabi ko nga kanina, dapat pwede kang mag-organize ng simple group kasi hindi lang naman ikaw ang mag-work, kailangan meron kang katulong para magkaroon ng mas produktibong organization and output. And then the third, this step will help you identify different groups to include in your coalition. Okay, so napakabuti po siguro na magkaroon ng identify yung mga groups na kumikilos in different community and makipag-affiliate, and that's why those groups in the community ay pwedeng makatulong sa inyo para sa mga project na gagawin ng isang group na magkakandak ng community service. And the next, it will also help you approach your community and solve communication problems. Okay, then let's proceed to step 3. Informs others about your coalition. As you inform others about your coalition, consider who needs to know about your efforts and who else should be invited into the group. Under the step 3, be consistent with your message to others. Then next, community mobilization takes time and energy. So hindi naman kailangang magmadali for the mobilizer. Then the group, dapat it's good for the group na magkaroon ng a lot of time and energy. Then continue with your efforts until you feel that there is interest and there are resources for your community group. So yun po yung pinakamaganda. Kailangan natin ng mga information coming from different group of in the community na pwedeng makipag-ugnayan at makatulong doon sa mga proyektong iyong gagawin sa pagkakandak ng community service. And then the next, the step 4. So, what is all about the step 4? Obtain the commitment. And under the step 4, first, as a community group, coalition, you would need to establish collaboration and motivate other groups to work together. So yun po yung isa sa pinakadapat nating gawin na how will you motivate o paano natin may encourage yung ibang group na makipag-collab, makipagtulungan para mas magkaroon ng mas mahusay na project and output. And then develop collaborative relationship with public and private sector, academic institution, etc. So yun po yung pinaka-the best. Kailangan ng inform the different group organization like in public and private, especially the LGU. And next, they can help you with capacity building, problem solving, data analysis, etc. And then next, under this, we talk about the strategies for effective organizing. First, the community meeting exercise. Letter A under this, the group coalition needs to establish a functional structure that will include the operating procedures to guide the group during the decision-making process and other tasks. And next, functional or operating procedures are things like format of a meeting and communication mechanism. These procedures help monitor the process, strengthen the group process, and to create a shared vision and sense of ownership. And the next, all of you are invited to attend the meeting, but the purpose of this activity, we will need to following volunteers to role play. And ano ba yung mga dapat gawin? Ang meeting facilitator, so dapat ay one person, already selected by trainer. And community group members, composed of 10 person. Yun po yung pinaka-requirement, no? Dapat ay magkaroon ng group members na with a total of 10 person. Then, executive steering committee, 4 person the community group, and 1 person for the local coordinator. Then, the meeting facilitator will begin the meeting following the instruction given to him or her. Kasi po as a facilitator, dapat ay bibigyan ng mga proper instruction para magkaroon po ng mas magandang simula. The facilitator will provide you with the meeting agenda and the roles and responsibility sheets. So yun po yung pinaka-role ng facilitator. Then executive steering committee, local coordinator, and community group. Read and get familiar with the roles and responsibilities and discuss them with the other members of the group. So yun po yung pinaka-role ng ilang part ng organization, like yung steering committee and local coordinator in the community group. And follow the meeting facilitator, instruction to proceed with the meeting, look at the time assigned for each agenda item, and remember that the meeting will last 35 minutes. Kasi po pag magtatagal ang meeting with the facilitator, ay alam naman natin na ang mga ilang group or a member ay yung iba ay naiinip. That's why it's good for the facilitator na tapusin yung pinaka-meeting ng mas maigsing panahon, like 35 minutes. And you can have a person in charge of timing. And tulad po ng sinabi ko kanina, no, may isa po ritong kasabihan na kung i-analyze natin dito na sinasabing, as an individual, I could do nothing. As a group, we could find a way to solve each other's problem. So yan po isang magandang kasabihan na hindi nagpakilala kung sino ang nagbigay ng ganyang kasabihan. Okay, hanggang dito na lamang po. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig. Thank you very much.